inspires the future? What motivates growth? What drives a Brazilian giant to conquer the world's highways? The Marcopolo Group has been transforming mobility for over 70 years. We're out on the streets making connections. We are the engine that propels progress across 5 continents. We are market leaders in the production of minibuses for a wide range of applications. We are also innovating and bringing people together through experiences and technology. We are advancing towards biosafety, and we create cutting-edge solutions for space and transportation. And with an eye of the future, we invest in rail transportation, helping cities evolve. Marcopolo has been transforming the future of mobility with you and for you for over 70 years. Hello, good evening everyone. I'm Chris Silva. And on behalf of Marcopolo, I welcome everyone to this broadcasting, which is also available in English, Spanish, and Brazilian Sign Language. Today, 20th of July 2021, I'll share with you a milestone in the history of the Brazilian bus industry. Welcome to the launch of Marcopolo Generation 8. I'd like to reiterate that the production of all materials that will be presented today followed all the required safety guidelines to prevent contamination by the new coronavirus. After a lot of research, development, and thousands of hours of testing, it's finally the time to present an innovative project that will take you to the future of road passenger transportation. But first, we'd like to talk about this company that has been innovating since its foundation, one of the protagonists in the bus history in Brazil and around the world. And for that, we welcome Mr. James Bellini, Marcopolo's CEO and one of the characters that is part of this great journey. Welcome, James. Hello, Chris. Good evening, everyone. It's a great honor to be here today, introducing another new moment in our history. History that has begun to be written in 1949, here in Caxias do Sul, where we are broadcasting. Marcopolo's planners designed a goal from the beginning of the activities: continually invest in the improvement, technology, and expansion. Innovation has been in our DNA for over 70 years. The will to overcome challenges and produce safer vehicles that are also comfortable and reliable has made us become a world reference in bus body manufacturing, with more than 400,000 units produced. And today, a great team begins another important chapter in the history of this company that never stops growing and reinventing itself, seeking to continuously offer connectivity and profitability to customers who trust us. The colleagues in this transmission, as well as the thousands of employees in the factories in Brazil and around the world, are committed to one of our cornerstones values, which is making it happen with excellence. Together, we'll strengthen our role as protagonists in mobility solutions. Marcopolo is fully ready for current and future collective transportation and urban mobility demands. The future will be on board of a Marcopolo bus. Thank you so much, James. Tonight will be full of news indeed. And looking ahead, anticipating market needs, creating innovative transportation solutions, and actual value for customers, passengers, employees, and business partners requires strategic thinking and forward-looking vision. And to talk about the future, about Marcopolo of the future, here comes João Paulo Ledur, Director of Strategy and Digital Transformation, to join us. Good evening, João Paulo. Good evening, Chris. Good evening, everyone. I've already been a part of other great moments at Marcopolo, and I feel honored to be part of another great release that will mark our 72 years of operation and certainly introduce a new and higher level in passenger road transportation. More than being the main Brazilian bus body manufacturer, We have the vision of being a protagonist in sustainable mobility solutions through our global performance. High-capacity displacements with safety, comfort, and efficiency are some of the major challenges in mobility today. Marcopolo is addressing these challenges while also inspiring the market to think about the future of mobility. When considering a new product that provides value to our customers, it is essential to understand the market needs and the particularities of each region. That's why we traveled all over Brazil, as well as through many cities in Latin America. We experienced the entire passenger journey in this process, and we also followed the needs of drivers. Through interviews with maintenance managers, we had the opportunity to better understand their day-to-day and how to facilitate the operation. We obtained strategic insights from the segment, as well as trends and innovation opportunities from our customers, targeting what really creates value for their operation and businesses. In the end, more than 300 interviews were conducted. We've demonstrated that we create innovative solutions for people transportation by listening to our audience, and most importantly, always having our customers as the center of our projects. Thank you very much, João Paulo. It surely took extensive research to present a new generation that delivers what really matters to every specific audience. And speaking of engineering, I welcome Luciano Hesner, Director of Marcopolo Industrial Operations, who will show more details from the Generation 8. Welcome, Luciano. We're getting close to the climax of our meeting, aren't we? Good evening, Chris. Good evening to everyone who's following us. When Marcopolo begins a new vehicle project, our goal is to surprise the market, especially its users, whether they are operators, drivers, or passengers. And it wouldn't be different with the new generation of coach vehicles. We present the Generation 8, a generation of vehicles that has been designed to take you to the future.
Marcopolo G8, the new generation of buses. Designed to open up business paths and take people to their destinations. Offering performance with competitiveness for those who invest. And safety with comfort for those who travel. The Marcopolo G8 delivers superior attributes and has arrived to rewrite road transport history. The world seen through our windows is definitely much more beautiful. Marcopolo G8, taking you to the future.
At Marcopolo, we believe that people create better together. And it was by listening to people that we've created a vehicle that serves the market more efficiently. We put together a great multidisciplinary team, including engineers, mechanics, designers, and many other specialists, having as a reference the creation of experiences for passengers and delivering unique attributes to fleet owners. In addition to trend research, we've devoted many hours of research to the application of innovative technologies, applying design concepts, mobility and sustainability concepts to get to the final result we're presenting today. The new generation also allows to look at our internal processes, optimizing production, where employees also participate in the innovation process with suggestions for improvements. A unique vehicle. It was produced by people for people, with hundreds of innovations, to bring a new concept of passenger road transportation. Chris, you can either take a bus or you can take a Generation 8. Now, we'll see how the Generation 8 project was created.
Finding the ideal proportion for all elements in the body has resulted in increased safety and more structural areas for our engineers to work on. The new Marcopolo G8 headlights design provide an exclusive signature to the model. Besides style, it also provided greater safety to everyone wherever the vehicle is traveling to. In the same way, in the back, we also try to make a connection between the tail lights, reinforcing the DNA of the new generation. The lights were based on technological solutions used by major automotive manufacturers, giving the product personality through a modern and expressive signature. In the passenger saloon, we selected new color and texture patterns to elevate the product to a more appealing and sophisticated level. We created a new design for the seat in order to give it a strong and striking personality, reinforcing the brand's identity. In addition to the user comfort, we used customized materials based on the operator's service segment. We used warm colors as well as black in the finishings of the new vehicle to convey refinement and sophistication. For the textures, we've developed geometries with tactile attributes, all of these designed to recreate a new and cozier environment, making the bus an extension of your home. In the toilet, the idea was to create an easy-to-use environment. We've increased the amount of natural light coming and the use of color contrast for items that needed interaction. We increased the lighting, paying attention to color, temperature, and biorhythms, particularly in the cabin, where we developed a blacklit pipe, creating a new and unique experience for the driver. Here in the cabin, our proposal is to provide a new user experience. We have increased the driver's field of vision, ensuring safety and peace of mind while traveling and maneuvering. A completely new dashboard with fluid shapes and new technologies, where a new concept of vehicle operation brings all functionalities together in a single area. We prioritize usability over traditional standards. We've developed graphics for a clearly more practical and quick use, with colors and shapes that aid comprehension. Design is associated to aesthetics, form, function, and most importantly, usability. What type of experience do we offer to users? It's our driver to create the new Marcopolo Generation 8. The new front design of the vehicle provided unprecedented aerodynamic gains for the segment. Besides, the brand logo is placed in a new prominent position and the new brand gains an exclusive space. We've used the most advanced technology available during the creation phase. We've worked hard from the virtual to the physical material until we got the desired shape. The use of virtual reality during the conceptualization phase of the Marcopolo G8 has put design at the center of all project interaction, allowing the evaluation of shapes, colors, textures, interfaces, and interferences even before the project was materialized into a prototype. The physical model, supported by 3D printing and CNC machining, provided the first impressions of the vehicle in its physical form, when we validated lines, shapes, and proportions created with this new generation.
Let's continue, because we've already shown you a part of what has driven the design of Generation 8. We also want to present a series of innovations to benefit drivers and passengers. Following the most modern principles of the automotive industry, this project offers more safety, comfort, ergonomics, and economy. More than just getting people to their destinations, it's necessary to take care of their health. The new coronavirus pandemic brought a new perspective on biosecurity. The Generation 8 buses will continue featuring Marcopolo's unique technology, Marcopolo BioSafe, a platform created to make collective transport safer against viruses and bacteria contamination, and to collect solutions focused on biosafety. All solutions can be implemented on all of our buses, Marcopolo, Volare, and Neobus. This is because Marcopolo believes that biosafety as a practice will become an essential part of people's daily life, going beyond mobility. Now that we've remembered all the benefits of BioSafe platform, we want you to see why the future has come before at Marcopolo Generation 8, which was designed to bring a new perspective on road transportation.
Let's see what Marcopolo has brought to improve the passenger experience even more while on board of the new Generation 8 from Marcopolo. The first contact the passenger has when boarding is with the new bus stairs. The new stairs have indirect lights, offering more safety to the entrance and bringing in the sense of modernity. To help the passenger to enter, it counts on antibacterial handler integrated to the panel, which provides better grip. To guarantee a safer boarding, the new lighting modes turn on the reading lights automatically, helping passengers find their seats and accommodate faster. The new internal lighting system must be highlighted. 100% LED, it offers new configuration options, always using indirect and homogeneous lights for the passenger saloon. Special care with the luggage was also thought. This is why the new luggage rack was redesigned for more efficiency, ergonomy, and ease of use for passengers. To provide even more enjoyable experiences, we've developed an extremely innovative entertaining system with high-definition image reproduction. The seats also count on individual headphones with 4 channels and USB charger. Marcopolo has always been known by its comfortable seats. With new upholstery designs and different types of cushion composition, they're even more ergonomic and comfortable. The reclining system has been redesigned and it has now a smoother and more silent drive. We really care for our passengers. Marcopolo Generation 8 features 25% wider seats, new production methods, and the use of high-performance steel, among other features. Marcopolo has faced the challenge of manufacturing a complete vehicle, submitting it to physical rollover crash tests. For the first time, Marcopolo will perform the physical rollover crash test of a double-decker. We've made all virtual tests first, and today we'll prove all that we have verified in person. This will ensure the safety and integrity of each one of our passengers in the event of an accident. We are here to present everything the new Marcopolo Generation 8 has to offer to the driver. When you board the Generation 8, the first thing you notice is Marcopolo's concern for the driver, the seat. Developed to provide comfort and ergonomy, the new seat's cushion has a shell format, which embraces the driver while driving the Generation 8. The cabin was planned in detail. In addition to the internal lining, the new soft-touch dashboard was made with injected parts to provide greater acoustic, thermal, and visual comfort. When you start a Marcopolo Generation 8, you realize you're driving a vehicle equipped with cutting-edge embedded technology. The highlight here is the head unit, located in the dashboard with all the bus body's functions at the driver's touch. The system features redundancy in all the commands required to operate the vehicle. The dashboard has a space for a basket or an optional mini-integrated fridge. The defroster has been redesigned to improve thermal comfort for the driver and to reduce the windshield defogging time. The dashboard height has been reduced to improve the driver's visibility while driving. It enables them to see obstacles from a greater distance. We've added a translucent area to the bottom of the door to help drivers see small obstacles on the right side of the vehicle, such as children and boarding platforms. The Marcopolo Generation 8 also includes a system named ERV, for those looking for cutting-edge technology. It's a camera system that replaces the rearview mirrors and eliminates blind spots through infrared technology for night vision. We must emphasize that safety is our top priority, and it has been our driving force throughout the whole project. Marcopolo meets and exceeds all safety standards and criteria. One example is the front impact test. The purpose of this test is to ensure the safety of both the driver and the other cabin crew members. We can see the deformation condition of the structure because of the impact in order to preserve the space where the front cabin members are. The standard allows for up to 200 millimeters of deformation, but our tests indicated that the deformation was much lower, less than half of that.
The Generation 8 vehicles have a passive safety system to enhance protection for both drivers and passengers. The test represented a driver-to-driver frontal collision to cover one of the most critical conditions of an accident. The impact energy was obtained by releasing one of the vehicles from a ramp. The speed at the time of the impact was of 40 km per hour. A simulation with the fire department was used to test the efficiency of the survival cell. Without the passive safety kit, we can see how difficult it was to reach the vehicle. It made things more difficult for the firefighter. The victim of the vehicle that relied on the protection of the kit suffered fewer injuries and was able to be released more quickly. It improves the working condition of firefighters and, as a result, the victim's condition in the event of an accident, particularly of a frontal collision. It is important to note that both vehicles have been approved. The goal in this case is to validate an innovative solution. The kit is not currently required anywhere around the world. We resemble these tests to physically verify the results, which were quite convincing to keep life inside. To conclude this chapter, let us discuss another critical issue for drivers: the headlights. The exclusive Marcopolo headlights have higher light efficiency and are designed with cutting-edge automotive lighting technology. Full LED fog lights are also included. When used in conjunction with corner lights, they provide a larger opening angle of the light, amplifying the frontal and lateral area covered, as well as assisting with lateral maneuvers.
Generation 8 transforms a simple transfer into a travel experience. And for those who work with it, it stands out for bringing solutions that make their daily routine easier. Generation 8 is a vehicle intended to bring attributes focused on the excellence of the operation for buyers. Check out further details.
It is a pleasure to introduce Marcopolo's Generation 8 solutions. Let's start by the attributes that guarantee the best operation of this new generation. The new bumpers, produced with high-resistance plastic, provide higher deformation capacity, guaranteeing strength and resistance to small impacts. The same material used for the bumpers is applied to the whole front and rear of the Generation 8. Still in the front of the vehicle, we see that the rear mirrors can be replaced by a single professional, and all the components can be changed from the outside of the vehicle. The superior outlines are now fixed with screws in an integrated spot, not invalidating the external surface, which makes maintenance easier. Following the tour around the Generation 8, we see the curved lateral windows that, besides presenting lower vibration, are easier to give maintenance to. No finishing or embroidery was added. In order to make the installation and maintenance of the air conditioning routing system easier, the gas line was displaced in the outside of the vehicle, protected by easily retractable aluminum gutters. Seeking more operational bus bodies, Marcopolo has also innovated in electric and embedded electronic solutions. New central models were developed to adjust electronic and functional components. A bold project: passenger seats with easier maintenance. By simply removing the seat, you can have access to the reclining system, harness, structure, and seatbelt. The luggage rack was divided in two profiles, separating the electrical harness of the air ducts. This way, the electric network is easily accessed by the reading lights and the central profile. The division provides lower turbulence into the air ducts and improves air conditioning efficiency. Second highlight is the new generation performance. We used cutting-edge manufacturing processes, high-resistance steel, and specific engineering softwares to create a lighter vehicle with superior aerodynamics in order to improve the operation efficiency of the Generation 8 and reduce fuel consumption and emission of harmful gases. The vehicle design was created to be more than just beautiful. It was also designed to be aerodynamic. It's possible to define the vehicle's aerodynamics by using a wind tunnel, which is a piece of equipment used to simulate the airflow around the object. It has a direct impact on fuel consumption because the lower the drag coefficient, the lower the resistance to the air, and the less fuel required for motion, making it happen with excellence and bringing the best possible options available in the market to our customers is the main principle for reliability, which is the third aspect we will look at. Marcopolo's new product reliability began with an understanding of our customers' vehicle usage. We traveled more than 20,000 kilometers to collect experimental data and knowledge. It implies that the project engineers had direct contact with the bus applications. Following this methodology, we tested 4 complete vehicles, 2 Paradiso 1200 and 2 Paradiso 1800 double-decker. Structure, durability, and finishing were proved by mapping their performance through a simulation of a 10-year lifespan. To ensure the components used in Marcopolo's new generation are of high quality, and to supplement the durability tests on the entire vehicle, we performed accelerated bench tests using a methodology developed and patented by our group of test engineers. All this effort resulted in a massive database of vehicle and component usability, allowing interactions between virtual and physical models with up to 99% correlation. It strengthens and increases the reliability of our development process. These were the tests made to deliver a reliable product with superior quality.
Now, we want you to know a little more about the competitive attributes of Generation 8. There are so many details that have been carefully considered in order to make transportation companies even more competitive. And for that, let's talk a bit about the commercial strategy. I welcome Ricardo Portalã and André Armagalhagen, Director of Commercial Operations within the International Market and Marketing, and Director of International and Commercial Operations in Foreign Markets, to discuss the business strategy and the after-sales structure. Good evening and welcome. Good evening, everyone. We are happy to introduce you to Marcopolo's newest generation. In a scenario so atypical for the transport segment, caused by the COVID-19, it was necessary to reinvent ourselves. To contribute to the resumption of mobility in the middle of the pandemic scenario, we introduced the BioSafe platform, yet in 2020, with solutions focused on biosafety. And now, we're bringing our already consolidated new coach line. We invited some of our customers to factory visits for clinics, where we were able to present the new generation of buses while respecting all safety measures. That's right, Ricardo. I'm sure we have a huge audience following us from around the world, and I take this opportunity to say hello to them. Good evening, everyone. It's an honor to be a part of this launch and to share some more information with everyone who's following us. Being close to our customers and understanding their needs has helped us determine the actual value for each operation and business. And the end result is a premium, high-quality product that is intended to surprise our customers. Adapted to different types of chassis and applications, it's also tailor-made to suit different market needs. The Generation 8 was created to provide high rates of reliability, innovation, and embedded technology, which turn into performance and profitability for operators, as well as more connectivity, safety, convenience, and functionality for passengers and drivers.
It is important to mention here that with customer satisfaction and value in mind, the current line of coach buses, the new Generation 7, will continue in production and sales, receiving updates and innovations. And it will be possible to keep two production lines simultaneously by strongly optimizing our industrial processes. As a result, we'll be able to expand our market share where we are already present, as well as generate opportunities in new markets. And for the Generation 8 take the future of passenger transport to the roads worldwide, we must count on a great sales and after-sales network. Engaged professionals who are prepared to meet our customer needs in the same way that each employee produces our buses, with excellence. In Brazil, where we have 4 plants, in addition to the internal commercial team, we have a wide network of dealerships and sales representatives. And we also have 11 factories and commercial service points in different countries worldwide. Marcopolo's service network is ready to provide specialized professionals to perform preventive maintenance and repairs to our customers. Companies that add Generation 8 models in their fleets will receive an exclusive benefit package for after-sales monitoring. We also count on Marcopolo Parts, a platform created for the online sale of original parts that meet the highest criteria of reliability and safety, in addition to the stock of original parts in our service network. And as a strategic partner to help transportation companies grow, we have the support of Banco Moneo, which provides alternative financial lines and competitive credit rates. Ricardo and André, can you talk about the next steps of introducing all the details and news brought by Generation 8 to our partner operators? Now, with the restrictions implied by the pandemic and the necessary safety measures, our desire is to start the roadshow in Brazil to present the Generation 8 to the largest number of customers possible.
Thank you, Ricardo. Amazing. Now I want to know about the foreign market. André, how is it going to be?
Perfect, Chris. Presentations to customers in the foreign markets are currently happening virtually only. I believe we will receive our customers here at the factory very soon to learn about the product details. It will be a pleasure to see them again as soon as they feel safe and are willing to travel abroad. Presential launching events will be held in each country when health and safety conditions allow us to do so. Thank you very much, Ricardo and André, for the information. We are certainly witnessing the beginning of a new period for Marcopolo and for passenger transportation. And many thanks to those who are on our side along the way, the ones that are ready to begin this new chapter in our history. Our customers. We're always ahead for you, making things happen with excellence because our goal is to assist in the growth of your companies. We would like to share with you the opinion of customers who attended development clinics and had the opportunity to see a Generation 8 model close by.
The car is very impressive, mostly for its design, and also it's very interesting. I am very surprised. I saw this product is really willing to travel. I want to be inside of it. It surprised us a lot. It brings modernity, new concepts of safety, fuel consumption, comfort for customers, and safety for drivers and customers. Once again, Marcopolo has brought lots of innovation and a differential in the market, not only in Brazil but worldwide. Care for users, for drivers, for passengers. This product is really one step ahead from the previous one, and it will be a success for all businesses and the ones who use the bus around Brazil. They invited us to discuss the future, and they showed us the future. It was strongly focused in the customer, the benefits it could bring for maintenance, For design, aerodynamics, the G8 was able to go forward what has been expected. This car will be a success. It will be a market leader. When we look at it and we are falling in love with it, for sure it seems it's going to be a success. The aesthetics and all innovations and technology. And we also liked the safety aspects, the lighter body. I couldn't imagine a bus that would overcome the Generation 7. A product is wonderful. The body and the care from Marcopolo for the driver was essential. The new product from Marcopolo has some qualities and cares that are essential both for the operator and driver. The quality of the vehicle is perfect. The conditions for the operator and for the passenger are great. The bus is charming. I'm sure the ones who buy it will be surprised. The body is really modern, very beautiful, and for sure it will be a success, as the G7 has been. Amazing. I couldn't expect less from Marcopolo. Always innovating and bringing new technologies and design. What impresses from the first look is the bold design, lots of tests being promoted and performed, lots of changes. What was good is now even better. They have increased safety, efficiency. They thought of the performance of the car and the lower fuel consumption, which is important for us. It overcame expectations. It's sensational in design and safety, in maintenance. So it was a great surprise. The product is really awesome. And we are really attracted. It's really attractive, and I have approved it. The G7 for me was already innovative. The G8 is really impressive. That's the best word to describe it. The long-term plan, collecting data from products and from customers, will be the differential. The new G8 from Marcopolo shows lots of innovation and technology with a really interesting body. What enchanted me besides beauty was technology embedded in this vehicle. The comfort, safety, mostly the aerodynamics that will contribute to the reduction of fuel consumption. We see the evolution and the benefits they will bring to our passengers, considering safety and higher quality. We could see there was a strong dedication from the technical team, as well as from directors from Marcopolo, and they have been working on that for 4 or 5 years, studying. Congratulations! This is a high-end product for Brazil, and it will be market leader in Brazil for Marcopolo. For sure it will be history as the previous ones have done, so it will honor the name of this company which has brought the best products to Brazil and to the world. In this generation, we bring the concept of clients who launch a product. They're the first ones to have Marcopolo G8 1800 DD units in their fleets. Now we have Renan Chipe, the president of the Águia Branca Group from Espírito Santo. Road transportation together with Águia Branca Group. This month we are completing 75 years transporting people all over Brazil. Every year, our buses take more than 10 million passengers over Brazil, taking Águia Branca because of our commitment to have quality and promote enjoyable trips. I'm here for a great reason today. Marcopolo, our long-term partner, is launching the Generation 8 and will be the first Brazilian company to place this product on the roads. I'm sure this launch will be great success and will be a milestone in this area. Congratulations for this great launch, and I invite you that from September onwards, from Rio de Janeiro to São Paulo and from Rio de Janeiro to Vitória, you take a G8, firstly from Águia Branca. What a night full of news!
In addition to announcing the Generation 8, I'll tell you about another initiative from Marcopolo today. And it's targeted at those who are addicted to buses. We'd like to present the Marcopolo Collection, an online store for the sale of exclusive clothing products, as well as accessories, miniatures, and many other items that extend the value of the Marcopolo and Volare brands. Visit marcopolocollection.com.br and check it out. We've come to the end of our meeting, and we hope you're amazed by all the details on the new generation. Each one of them was developed to provide much more to the customers as well as to the market. Access the QR code on the screen for all the details of Generation 8. You'll be redirected to the hot site where you can find all the information. Also, install the app, available for iOS and Android systems, to have the G8 in the palm of your hand. It's been a pleasure to be here tonight to announce this new innovation from Marcopolo for the development of passenger transportation. Marcopolo Generation 8, taking you to the future.